Hello, everybody. This is your host for Tiffany's Community Spotlight at Home and Cooking with Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Now, today is very cloudy, extremely rainy, and it's just too wet to want to be outside. So, for today's dinner, we are going to be making a French style shrimp soup with red bliss potatoes, leeks, carrots, celery, bell pepper, tomato, some fresh herbs, and seafood stock. So sit back, relax, and we'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back. Now, as you can see, I have sliced, diced, and chopped up all of our ingredients, minus the shrimp, as well as our fresh herbs. So, time to get started on the soup base. So, the first thing that we are going to do is just turn on our Dutch oven. I am not incorporating any vegetable oil or Pam or anything. I just want to get this, all nice and heated up so that we can start with our serrano hot pepper, garlic, and the leeks. Now, before I forget, thank you very much to our wonderful purveyors at Iovine Brothers, as well as the Head Nut at Reading Terminal Market for my spices, and in this case, my seafood broth that we're going to get started with. So we are just going to stir our leeks along with our garlic and everything else nice and quick, and then we're going to incorporate our spices. Now, as you are all very much aware, if you have been following my food podcasts for a while, I have been very steadily on a diet for several months now, and we are sufficiently down to the halfway point for me, and finished on the husband's side. Now we are incorporating black peppercorn, harissa, parsley, herbs de Provence, tarragon, lots and lots of tarragon, French thyme, and Chef Jennifer Carroll's Herbs de Provence spice, which at this point we are just going to finish it off. I wish you guys could smell how awesome this is right now. But now we're going to start incorporating our liquids. So we'll be back. So I have gone ahead and incorporated our seafood broth. And we are now just going to incorporate our carrots. bell peppers, tomatoes, and do another quick seasoning. Now I'm going to be incorporating just a little bit more water so that everything remains nice and juicy, and do a initial cook down of half an hour, because I need this to release their juices, soften up a little bit, and, you know, do its thing. But this is not any established recipe that I have. I'm just kind of throwing everything together as I move along. So if you guys want to recreate this, then here are our various measurements. To theoretically get 10 cups, I'm guesstimating, you will need 6 whole pieces of garlic clove, which added up to 27 calories, 1 serrano hot pepper, which is only 2 calories per hot pepper. Baby Dutch red potatoes are 544 calories per 1.5 pounds. So that was the whole bag. Green bell peppers, 289 grams for 58 calories. Tomatoes, doesn't matter what kind you wind up picking. In our case, we had medium plum tomatoes, which added up to 597 grams or 107 calories. Celery stalks, which I used 3, so that added up to 154 grams or 25 calories. 4 carrots, that added up to 271 grams or 108 calories. A bag of 4150 count shrimp, which adds up to 318 calories, from the Good and Gather brand that you can find at your local Target or Target, depending on, you know, if you're a little bit of a heathen. The seafood broth from Zoop's is 20 calories for the full 32 fluid ounces. Leeks were 587 grams for 358 calories. And then we have 6 grams of fresh sage, as well as 6 grams of fresh thyme leaves and 2 individual bay leaves, which adds up to 13, 6, and 6 calories for a full caloric amount of 159 calories per cup. But that's assuming we get the full 10 cups that we have going on. So we'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So as you can see, our soup base is bubbling along very, very well and very nicely. We have our pieces of garlic and serranos. We've got our carrots, leeks, bell peppers, and tomatoes also being incorporated right now. Now, it has not been half an hour, but I'm going to go ahead and add in our sliced red bliss potatoes. because I want these to cook down until they are nice and soft as well. And the last things we're going to add to the soup will be our shrimp and the celery. But in the meantime, we also have our 2 bay leaves, our sage, and our fresh French thyme. So we're just gonna go and incorporate all of this in to our soup. Allow all of the flavors to meld and do their thing. And check again in probably another 15 to 20 minutes. All right. See you in a little bit. All right, everybody, we are back. So we have gone ahead and cooked our potatoes, as well as added in our fresh herb garni. Everything appears to be cooking down very well, but let me just check on the doneness of our potatoes. Okay, most of them are pretty soft, but they're not quite there yet. Carrots are where I want them. And oh, and the stock. This is awesome. Yeah, but everything is pretty much where I want them. So we're going to go and incorporate our shrimp, which, as you can see, these are still on the raw side, but they will be fully cooked within the next 10 minutes. Now, soups in general are awesome. They allow you to throw together whatever ingredients you want. They allow you to experiment with multiple cuisines, and they are just a great way of having something warm and comforting on a cold winter's day. Although it's April, so technically it should be spring, but you know, Mother Nature has a mind of its own. So we are going to allow this to cook for another 10 minutes, and then it will be done. So see you for the final look. Hello, everybody. So check it out. We have our finished shrimp soup, which I have done à la française, or in the French style, with seafood stock, baby potatoes, carrots, leeks, and all of our various accoutrements. It tastes absolutely delicious. and it has a really nice amount of spice without it overwhelming your palate. Now, depending on where you are when you recreate this, I can recommend that you just have this. Maybe include some crusty bread if you have any leftover uh, to dip in. Um, if you're having this for dinner and you want some alcohol, a bottle of red wine would go well with this. If you aren't into wine, might I recommend some whiskey cocktails, an old fashioned or maybe even a brandy crusta. But from my household to yours, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Please do not forget to head over to Reading Terminal Market to visit with Iovine Brothers as well as the Head Nut. And, stop by your local fishmonger if you have one for the shrimp. And if you want to add in any additional seafood, go right ahead. So, yeah, but I'll see you guys another time. Bye.